Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Bank Holiday weekend. It's game week 35 in the Premier League. We're coming to the end of the season, Christian. We got our predictions. We missed a week, so apologies.
Look at these points.
Yeah, man. I've actually got a 12-point gap now from 2 weeks ago. A few correct results. No correct scores, obviously. We barely get the fucking outcomes right. Never mind the correct scores. Jesus. I'm hoping for a few this weekend, but I've gone a bit edgy, so maybe not. What happens is I get a little bit of a gap, and then I'm like, oh, right. City are going to slip up. Arsenal are going to slip up. Right. Okay.
That's it.
Spoiler alert. Okay.
Let's go, mate.
Let's get it. You hit me.
Right, so first one we've got Leeds, Burnley. What are you saying, Alex? Talk to me.
Okay, look. Leeds have... It's weird, isn't it? I mean, they've got to be safe. The 6 points adrift of Tottenham, who Tottenham would need 7 points, and they've only just won the first game of the calendar year. Look, De Zerbi's done a little bit better. He's got a draw and a win in the last two, Tottenham. But for me, they're safe. 40's usually the cut-off point. Although if Spurs do end the season well, it could be you could go down on 40 this year. Leeds are going to exclamation mark this weekend with a 2-0 win against Burnley. Burnley are relegated now. They've lost 4 in a row. They're pretty terrible. So yeah, look, Leeds United will be on 43 points and probably above Newcastle, who we're going to come to. So stick around for that. What are you saying for this?
I've gone a bit mad with this one. I just thought, you know what? I know Burnley are relegated. They could be depleted right now. Look, I've not gone for a Burnley win, don't worry. I've gone 1-1. I think Burnley are going to get something. I know it's a bit of a mad one. I've just got mate, you were talking about what we've done on these predictions. My mental ones have done better than the ones that I've thought about for half an hour. So when something just pops to my head, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just putting it down. It came to me and I'm like, I'm going to stick with it. I reckon 1-1. Look, Leeds have looked a little bit better, but... yeah, I've just got a funny feeling on this one.
Mental ones. Yeah, I'm all for the odd mental one. This is brain transplant mental. Burnley are fucking dog shit. But anyway, whatever. You can have the chili at the end of the season. I'm not bothered. Are you picking Wolves as well?
Mate, I've got some mad ones today, seriously. Right. Okay. In saying that, let's hit the next one, Alex.
What did you say? 1-1? 1-1, yeah.
1-1. Right, so up next we've got Brentford, West Ham. What are you saying?
Look, West Ham, but me, 2 wins and a draw on the last 3. That is amazing form for a team that's 17th, and they've needed it as well.
But do you not think a little bit of a Brentford fight back? Oh,
yeah, no, okay, I think I do fancy Brentford actually. I thought they were really good at Old Trafford for certainly the first half. I know the 5 at the back shut them out a little bit in the second, but. If Thiago had 2 boots on the right feet and a pair of eyes with reasonable eyesight, I think they would have probably been at least level, probably winning on another day. So, look, I'm going to go 2-1. I think West Ham they're fighting quite literally for their lives there. So,
yeah,
it's a tough one, this, because Brentford are now 9th. They've still got the European, look, the 48 points. They are 2 points out of 6th. So, look, reasonable things to fight for here. I'm going to go Brentford home win, 2-1.
Yeah, as much of West Ham have turned this round, and they really have, by the way. They've come back strong, come back fighting, but I think Brentford are a solid outfit, man. I don't think they're going to lose at home here. Not off the back of the last game. I think the result was it was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? Because I thought they were brilliant against United in the first half. They like we say, I mean, Thiago is probably the most catfish 20-goal Prem season striker you have ever seen, and I'm talking up there with Michu and Amir Zaki and the boys of that ilk. So
he's the Lionel Messi of them lot.
He is, mate. So look, I've gone for the same actually. I've got 2-1 Brentford on this.
Yeah.
So
popular scoreline. Okay.
Yeah. So next up, Alex, we got relegated Wolves against Sunderland.
Okay. Sunderland have slipped into 12th now. I mean, it doesn't take much away from their season. They have lost 2 in a row. Wolves have had they won back-to-back games, and now they've lost 3 in a row, and they are relegated. I'm going to give Sunderland a bit of love here. I'm going to give them a 3-1 win away at Wolves. I know Wolves did puff their chest out for a month or two and got some pride. They're up to 17 points. But they're going to get battered by Sunderland. I think Sunderland are a decent outfit. And yeah.
Mate, so obviously I said I did a mad one before, and you sarcastically say, did I go with Wolves? Right. I don't know. I did these yesterday and I'd forgot what I'd wrote down. I got to that on my list on my notes page, then even I'm shocked. How sleep deprived was I when I wrote these down? So I'm just sticking with it. I've got Wolves 2-1 win. I don't know what I'm fucking smoking. But
have you had a bang on the head?
There's no justification of why I wrote that down. I don't even know what I was thinking. I must have been very tired or something. I've not been getting a lot of sleep lately. I'm just going to stick with it, Alex, because when I've gone with the mental ones, I get more points. So fuck it. So come on, Wolves. Right, mate, up next. The rest of them look pretty normal for me now. Right, Alex, we've got our... to be fair, if we were to do these in a title run, I think we've both got these on form to win the title because we give them a win every single week, and it is Newcastle United at home against Brighton. What are you saying?
Look, I mean, as well, let's mention Brighton are high flying now all of a sudden. They are up to 6th in this shitty league, man. They've got a +9 goal difference. They're on 50 points. Brighton,
but Alex,
I swear to God, Brighton didn't win for 2 months. Somebody
I know.
check that.
To be fair, though, that is the league this season.
The only thing I would say is, as bad as Newcastle are, they're on 42. They're only 8 points behind Brighton in 6th. So, look, Newcastle, they've been the biggest disappointment of the season. They've lost 4 in a row, where we're as currently speaking. And a lot of them are at home. I think Bournemouth battered them in the last game at St. James's. They're a poor team. The players. I was looking at the team and I was like, you know, my in my head of a Joe Linton, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes midfield, and then a front three of Gordon, and then I'm like, hang on, who's the other two? Voltemada and Elanga. The wank. I'm not surprised. And Gordon was not great. So, look. I think Bruno G is back, and I'm going to give them a point here, 1-1 at home. But look, they're terrible. Their Howe's going to get sacked, and probably deservedly so, especially if he had a hand in them transfers last summer.
Yeah, definitely. Eddie Howe is in deep trouble, really, and I think if they lose here, that could be... that could be nearly curtains for him. So this is a big one. Newcastle have been shit. Brighton have been good. But it is one of our favourites, Alex, and I just think they've got to start winning games. I think they are going to win.
5, by the way, Brian.
That's it. But look, I've gone with Newcastle 2-0 in this. So,
at some point they have got to win a game. And
well, this is my thinking. And I've picked them that many times. I'm like, I know for a fact if I pick against them, that'll be the week they fucking win. So I'm just going to keep picking until they do win. But this has cost me a lot of points, this strategy. So.
I did do this in a casino when I was at uni once, where I kept backing black because this drunk guy next to me said red's dead, and I kept going with black. There was 12 reds in a row. So
I say the exact same thing. I must have got that shit off you. Jesus Christ!
You know where my student loan went for anybody watching? It was a long time ago now. I don't play roulette. I just waste it on Bet365 instead.
Yeah, just a different betting platform. Right, mate. Up next, who've we got? So we got Arsenal. We have got the choke jobs of the century, Arsenal Football Club, up against Fulham. Now, we saw these, Alex, in midweek. I actually thought they were a bit unlucky not to get that penalty, to be fair. I know it was soft, but we've seen these before. Madueke, I thought the Leverkusen one was actually worse than that. For me, he literally did dive that time. I was very shocked to see them overturn that penalty. But generally, more of the same shit we see from Arsenal, really. They can't score now. Like at all. They are really struggling. I mean, if you're going to go back and look at their goals, mate, other than that Eze one, it's a shocking state of affairs for this club. And
they've not scored more than one, have they, for 6 or 7 games? They've not got 2 goals in a game for about 6-7 weeks now, which is just hauntingly bad. I mean, what is their goals? I mean, the goal difference is still okay, purely just because they had a lead on you, I think. But
Alex,
scored 64 goals. I don't know how they've scored that many.
But in saying that, playing Fulham, weirdly, when we did a video about the title race, and I did say Fulham wouldn't be a problematic one, I think the way Fulham play will actually invite goals. As shit as they are at getting goals, I think they might actually find 2 in this one, just because I think Fulham will allow it. So I've gone Arsenal 2-0 in this.
I have got Arsenal getting 2 goals, but I've also got Fulham getting 2 goals.
Ooh, right, okay.
Fulham they're a weird team. Like occasionally can turn up, and and what I would say to you is, yes, it will be a bit more of an open game. But we saw what Bournemouth did to Arsenal in a open game, and Fulham are better than Bournemouth in my opinion. I know they're below them in the league, but I still think that Fulham are a better team overall. Bournemouth have got better forwards, obviously, but I think as a collective, I prefer Fulham. And they did have a tough game against Atletico, and this is where it gets difficult when you've got the Wednesday, Saturday games. They've got Atletico on Tuesday. This is for me a banana skin / I could see a loss here. Actually, I could even see Fulham getting a win. But I'm going to go 2-2 just because they might dig in and get a point here. But yeah, 2-2.
Interesting, mate. Yeah, I mean, that would throw a massive spanner in the title race. Obviously, with City playing Monday, which we'll get to those guys later. Right, mate. So up next, we've got Bournemouth.
Yes,
Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. We've got what are you saying about this one, mate?
Look, Palace got into the basically in the Conference League final now. Fair play to you guys. Going to Shakhtar, we've seen Prem teams struggle going there in the Champions League. So not that I know many players for Shakhtar these days, but great effort. And look, they look like they could go and win another trophy. They're probably favourites. Looking at the other two, is it Braga and Freiburg? Again, 2 teams I don't know a lot about, but I think Palace, they've got that experience from beating you in the FA Cup final, and it 100%. Could pay dividends this. So I'm really thinking I'm going to go 2-0 to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, I like their team. I tell you, I know we've been speaking about Ryan, haven't we? And who's the other kid that you like?
Ryan and Creepy. Creepy is,
okay.
I think he's a serious player
as well. You know someone else who's been impressing me, just on the quiet, Alex Scott in centre mid.
Yeah.
Is that his first name, Alex?
To be honest, I've heard of Scott, but I don't know his first name.
Number 8, scored the winner at Arsenal. I'm not just saying it because of that, before people think. I thought he was great at Arsenal, and he scored the winner. And I watched him again at Newcastle. I just like him. I think he's a good midfielder. I think he could get a move, and I'm not sure where, but I just wouldn't be surprised if like a Villa came up and was like, we need a bit of a Tielemans replacement coming up. And I think he could get a move out of Bournemouth there. No disrespect to Bournemouth, by the way. They are 7th in their own right, but we've seen Hoyson, Semenyo, Kirkez. It is the club people move on from. They haven't got the salaries. So just shout out him, by the way, and shout out Bournemouth in general, like you said. I'm going to give them a 2-0 win here. I think Palace now, they're on 43 points. What are they risking players' injuries and health for at this stage when you can win another trophy? So I hope they go all in on that and just throw the league, man. Fuck it. Why waste your energy on these games, Christian?
I do agree with you, but I just don't think it always works like that. And the confidence they could have drawn from, these performances that they're putting together in Europe, I think that's something that we can't ignore as well. They've been really impressive. I do hope they get that over the line, by the way. Shout out Palace. Yeah. I think the fans are great. Always got a soft spot for these guys. I do actually think they're going to get something here. I think they're going to share the points. I've gone 2-2, Alex, with this one. Okay. Look, Bournemouth have really impressed me. I just have a funny feeling that Palace could get something here, take something away from them midweek performances, and just for some reason I can't see Bournemouth getting the winner. So
they do. I'm sticking. Draw Bournemouth, don't
they? It's one of them, and I've not got a lot of draws in, and it's like if you're looking at one, I'm gonna go. I reckon this one could be. So
hey, look, I could certainly see that, mate. But Bournemouth win. Let's see. I tell you what, we've zigzagged on these results this week. Mate, somebody,
I have to try and claw back some points, right? So look, I need an absolute meteor strike of madness. But let's see. Right, up next, Alex, we've got your boys. Probably biggest game of the weekend. Not in terms of outcome. Saying that, you're both battling for Europe, aren't you? Both in a decent position as well, I'd say, with teams around you just being poor. But what are you saying with this one, mate?
Yeah, I mean, look, United, Liverpool. I don't care where we are in the league. Is an almighty fixture, and
Bragging
we
rights, yeah.
circle it every year. And they've been dicking us for too long, in my opinion. And we beat them at Anfield, which was nice.
Yeah.
We can do the double. Christian, I don't know when the last time we did the double over these. It will definitely be Fergie days, I'd imagine. But this is a tough one, and I am struggling with this. I'm struggling with United in general because while we've been picking up points, the performances don't seem overly reliable to get wins. And what I would say with this is, basketball game might suit United, where it won't against Brentford, for example. And we were lucky on Monday to go into, well, fuck me, we were lucky to go in 2-0 up. We were probably lucky to not be 2-2. But Liverpool, they're not great in transition. They're not great defensively. The crowd has a big part to play in these games. And I do think basketball nature of this game, if Cunha's back as well, that'd be huge for us. I think we could get a good win here. I think it's going to be a good game for the neutral. Look, other than that second half at Brentford, are United the most entertaining team to tune into? Because we're good at one end, crap at the other, and that can change over game to game, half to half. So I'm going to go.
Yeah, and you can't manage transitions, can you?
No, we're poor. Well, the midfield still hasn't been fixed, has it? Really? I mean, it's not going to be until we get a upgrade on Casemiro. But look, Liverpool win, they go third. They'll be third on goal difference. United have got a +1 goal difference and 3-point difference. So if Liverpool win, they will definitely go above us by definition. United can go 6 points clear of Liverpool with a win. I'm going to go United 3-2. I think it's going to be a cracker, though. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw either, to be honest.
Yeah, so you've got it as game of the weekend there, Alex. I'm the same as you. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this fixture. Now, the reason I'm going with this outcome is I've seen United recently, and although you have been getting a lot of wins, there's been a few games recently where I've been like, oh, I don't really know. Like even the other night, I was not impressed. Fair enough, you get the win, but there's 20, 30 minutes of matches where I'm seeing you just pedal your luck and pray players miss chances. I don't really see much tactically, to be fair. United cannot handle transitions, and I feel like the better teams with better players that can put away the ball, I do think you could potentially suffer. That being said, Liverpool haven't really got that many killers, but look, I don't know whether Salah will be fit. I know he had that knock, didn't he? So they're going to be playing it. They're saying he is going to be fit, right? Interesting. So look, this is a big game for Mo Salah if he is starting. He's going to want to go out with a bang. I do think Liverpool are going to do it against you because of the reasons I said. I think they're going to beat you 3-1. I think Liverpool will be above you at the end of Sunday. Obviously, we're out with our mates, aren't we? And we're having a...
Go on, how many... no, we are, yeah. If anybody randomly watching this is in Brotherhood for the game, come and say hello to us.
100%, yeah.
That would be absolutely the dopest thing that's ever happened since we did the channel. If anybody watching this is in Brotherhood, unless you're coming over abusing us. If you're an Arsenal fan, don't bother. Go on then. How many fucking goals is Salah getting?
I think so. I'm not going to say he's not getting an hat-trick, but I think he's going to get one. Look, lad, I don't know. Liverpool, I don't rate Liverpool at all. United should win this game. I think in transitions, United recently have been so poor, and defensively, you can be got at. And the chances you give away, I think, well, look, if they take half the chances that you're going to submit their way, I think they'll beat you. United cannot play like they've played in the last few games. I mean, Alex, that Leeds one, you could have been 5-0 down. So it is kind of scarring me. And I do think, look, you did beat them at Anfield. It's a big game for United, but Liverpool have had a shocking season, and they really need a punch back. They need some sort of moral victory, and that's why, mate, I think, unfortunately for you, I reckon they're going to do it, but let's see.
I wouldn't be totally surprised. I mean, as you can imagine, I ain't predicting that. Like I said, all three results are on the table here, and I look, it's a biggie. I think it's probably a good one to not lose. If it's going that way of chaos ball, I think we need to just at least get out of there with a point, just because you'd
tell that to Casemiro when he's passing it the wrong team at the edge of your box.
I thought you were going to say Casemiro pissing off up front, trying to get his 10th goal of the season.
Well, he'll be doing that as
well.
well.
I tell you what, again, set pieces, they're shit at defending them, and we're mint at attacking them. Look, big one.
There's a lot of interesting battles.
Yeah, United have low-key won 2 in a row somehow. Liverpool have somehow won 3 in a row. So 2 in-form teams, at least. So the form table says. But I take your point. What a game. Can't wait for this one, man. And we're out for it in Manchester, like you said. So I'm buzzing. Yeah, mate. Let's get it.
Let's see. Right, so up next, Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Now, Tottenham have gone from it being a concerning situation to now they are in absolute peril. I mean, we've seen Xavi Simons has done his ACL, Alex. I don't know what their injury list looks like in terms of Maddison being able to come back and play some sort of part. I've seen that picture of his leg, though, where one leg looks half the size of the other, so I can't imagine they're going to be able to give him too many minutes. Mate, where are you at with this? Where are you at with Tottenham at the moment?
Look, I think they're going to end the season reasonable. 4 games left. I think they probably might get 5 points. I don't know the fixtures, by the way. I'm just talking.
Is that going to be enough?
That will put them on 39. Probably won't be enough. So I think Tottenham are going down. They're the bookies' favourite to go down. They're 2 points adrift of safety. They've got a better goal difference that might save them at the minute. Although a heavy win it's only 6 goal difference. So a loss and a win for West Ham, you could end up with something that's. A situation where it's a goal difference going down on the last day, which would be, you've won a title on goal difference. I can't imagine getting relegated on goal difference. That is got to be the worst. Look, Villa, tough game last night against Forest.
Bad, yeah.
And they're 1-0 down. This is a massive chance to win a trophy for Aston Villa. They need to put their eggs in that basket, in my opinion. You've got to beat Forest and will it be Betis in the final? Sorry, I'm not sure who the other semi is there actually, but it's winnable. I'd imagine Aston Villa are the best team left in that Europa League.
You'd have to say.
And they're 1-0 down to Forest, man. They've got to turn that around. They've got to win that Europa. But they're also 5th in a chase for. They've got an 8-point cushion, Christian, over 6th. Brighton. Are you looking at Villa going? They need to rest. They can rest and just go, we'll come 5th. Let Liverpool and United take 4th and 3rd and 4th. Brighton aren't going to catch us. Bournemouth aren't going to catch us. We want to beat Forest next week in the second leg. I'm going to go 1-1. I think Tottenham might get something here, even though a lot of people go, no way. I think Villa might rotate. They've got an 8-point cushion, Christian.
That might be worse than my Wolves prediction, Ali's giving this Tottenham bunch a point.
What are you saying? Are you saying Tottenham no chance? Villa.
No, I don't. I don't think they've got a chance. I do hear your points, and Villa haven't impressed me either. I mean, like you said, shocking result last night, and I do actually worry for them. I think they're going to go out there. I don't think they're going to make the final. What I'm about to say is just testament to how poor Tottenham Hotspur are. I think they are a fucking mess. They are going down 100%. West Ham and Forest, the guys around them can play. Like, they've got players that are digging in. You can clearly see that there's a reason why they're at the end of the table they are, but they've got players who are digging in and that are just able to get points over the line. Tottenham just don't. Tottenham are an absolute calamity, from the keeper to the striker. It's a fucking mess. Now, I think it'll be a routine 2-0 win. Tottenham aren't going to create anything. They've got no one to score. Xavi Simons has just done his ACL. It's bad times for him, mate. It really is.
Yeah, look, they're dicing with it. Like a loss, I think if they lose this weekend, I mean, God, if they,
I think that's curtains. And they've got Alex. They've got tough fixtures coming as well. This one's
Chelsea
a bad
away, aren't they? They got Chelsea coming up. Although but
Alex, but what? I mean, we keep saying this. What is an easy fixture for Tottenham at the moment? I don't fancy them against anybody on form. They're the worst team in the league. So by rights,
win past Wolves,
by rights, anyone they play, it's a problem.
Exactly. I'm going to go 1-1, but fuck knows, mate. I won't be surprised. They could be gone in 2 weeks to Tottenham at this rate.
Yeah, 100%. Right. So we've got, you just mentioned these boys, Chelsea up against Forest, who obviously very fitting, just on about them as well, where they're our big win last night. I think Forest have put themselves in a good position, really, and they're probably the most solid out of the teams that are in this question. I was shocked to see them down there, really, but they've got it together. They've got players playing a lot better. I think Anderson and Gibbs-White have been really good recently. So I do think in saying it. I think Chelsea, look, they've obviously got rid of the manager. I'm not a big believer in the whole new manager bounce thing, but Chelsea fucking need a win, man. And I couldn't give it Forest away. So I thought, you know what, they've got to do this. I think Chelsea 2-1. I've gone for.
I've got 2-1 as well.
Chelsea.
Yeah, look, Chelsea have won. Yeah. Chelsea have won 5 in a row. I feel a bit bad saying this about Forest because I'm looking at their last fixtures, Christian. They've won 3 out of the last 4.
Yeah.
And then before that, they drew 2. So they're unbeaten in at least 6. I don't know when they last lost. And hence why they're on 39 points and they're a win from survival. Forest are 3 points behind Newcastle. So, look, you said it perfectly. If Forest are, quote-unquote, still in trouble, so are Newcastle. I don't think Newcastle will go down, clearly. But these boys that are losing 4 in a row, 5 in a row, mate, you're dicing with death.
You are, yeah.
God forbid Tottenham got it together. West Ham kept winning. Forest kept winning. All of a sudden, Newcastle,
that would put...
Newcastle on 42. Do you need 43, 44 to stay up this season? I'm not saying they do, right? I'm just saying if Tottenham found something, right? Tottenham can still win 4 games, right? I'm not saying they will, but so Tottenham can finish, Christian, on 46 points, right? West Ham can finish on 48. These are so Newcastle, you are not mathematically safe.
Yeah.
And look,
Alex, that's how they should be looking at it. But the problem is, they're probably thinking, well, it's Tottenham, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it. So they're on a safe bet. I mean, you know, I could win the Euro Millions, but I'm not fucking going to, am I? Yeah. So, and I think that's the thing with Tottenham, putting together 2 wins in a row. It just ain't going to happen. But yeah, I hear your point.
I'm going to go, look, this will help Newcastle's, if there is any fears. I do think Chelsea, I'm going to give them the win. What I would say on the new coach is that he did drop Palmer out of that number 10, and he went with Lavia, Caicedo and Enzo in a midfield 3, which is what Pochettino was doing when he was building that team. And I can't believe Rafinha kept playing Palmer as the 10 and watching that midfield get dominated. I don't care. People can keep saying Caicedo's amazing. Well, I watched Kobbie Mainoo go to Stamford Bridge and bitch him. And this is Kobbie Mainoo, who apparently can't play in a midfield too. Kobbie Mainoo's apparently crap defensively. Well, where was Caicedo then?
Because, mate, he had a shocking moment against us. He had that howler against us, Caicedo.
Is he becoming the most overrated midfielder in the league, Caicedo?
I don't think he's becoming it. I think the fee they put on his head puts him in that bracket regardless, doesn't it?
I mean, I'm looking at Lavia. Is there much difference between Lavia and Caicedo? It's just, look, I do appreciate that, though. That's what I would have done. Rafinha should have done it months ago. He's go with a midfield 3 with Enzo as the 10. But he's more box-to-box, gives them a bit more stability.
Well, he wanted that. He wanted that 20 million payday, which he's got himself, hasn't he? So, fucking fair play to him.
Yeah, old David Brent.
That's it, lad.
Right. Got the memes forever. But yeah, I think they're going to get the win 2-1.
Yeah, I hear you. Right, so last one of the weekend. Well, it's not even the weekend, actually. Last one of the bank holiday weekend, I should say. It's my boys against Everton. We're actually away in this one. Right, Alex, I'll go first on this. I think... Look, this is going to be tough, and Arsenal can really put a bit of a mental fatigue punch on us if they go 6 points clear before we've even kicked a ball, because it will seem a bit like, fucking hell, the last time we played, we were just about top, do you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a strange one. I do think we are going to win, however. I think City have got it together. I would like to see a lot more from the offensive players. We missed a lot of chances against Burnley. Overall, we were poor. We looked very sloppy, actually, to be fair, Alex. I thought City were kind of playing a game like they turned up to get 6 goals and that Burnley couldn't do anything. We looked quite arrogant. And in the first 10 minutes, they could have got 2 goals. Burnley are just poor and can't take chances. And we carried on peddling our luck, missing chances. They got a corner in the last minute, sending the keeper up. We can't be putting ourselves in this situation. We cannot slip once. I do think Arsenal will slip, but we don't want this to go to goal difference. We just need to win every single game. And this one is, out of the ones we've got left, this is probably one of the most difficult ones. City have never had a good time going away at Goodison historically. Obviously, this is our first time at the new stadium. Yeah, look, I've gone 2-0 City, but it's going to be tough. It is not going to be an easy victory. I do back them to get it done. And I think Everton will help us because they can't finish their dinner. But yeah, we'll see. What are you saying with
Yeah,
this, Alex?
yeah. I think City are going to slip up here. I think they're going to draw 1-1.
Really?
The only thing I
Okay.
would say with Everton is that people keep circling them as a tough game. They have lost two and
Yeah.
drawn one. That's their last three games, so look, they're not flying themselves. It is more City. It is more City where I either I've got to say City are going to win out, or I've got to pick one they're going to slip up in, and I don't think you're
And
going to
this
win
is
out.
your one, yeah?
So by definition, I've got to pick one that you're going to slip up in. I'm sort of looking at you and Arsenal in conjunction as well, where like I do think City will win the league. So I've also got to balance my predictions accordingly. So I've got Arsenal slipping up with Fulham and City, which might seem a bit of a weird one because you think the City can go for the jugular on Monday if Arsenal slip up, but City have got the mentality anyway. It's not like you need an Arsenal slip up anyway. You're going to go for the win. I
Yeah,
just think the last two with City, the FA Cup against Southampton. I just can't see you winning out. There's going to be something. I think it's going to be this. It might not. You said 2-0. I'm going to go 1-1 though, Christian.
Yeah, you touched on something before, Alex, as well. You said you wouldn't be surprised if Fulham actually get the win there. I wouldn't either, to be fair. I know I actually had Arsenal winning, but I do see where you were coming from. Them guys are going to be tired, and you're going up against Fulham. Fulham, it can go one way or the other. They leave themselves very open, but offensively, when their players click, they can be on it, and they're very athletic as well. So it could be a problem for that Arsenal side. If they lose and City end up drawing, we still gain and we're in a good position. So we've just got to better whatever they are doing. Let's see how they get on, mate, and let's see how we get on against Everton. And
City have got you've got the insurance that they're not going to pulverise them. Look, like what I would say is a 4-0 win somewhere here for one of the two teams, providing there's no slip ups, wins the league, right? Because of goal difference. You know Arsenal aren't going to do that. They're certainly not going to do that to Fulham. Maybe a 2-0. You said 2-0. Maybe they could do that. But I do also think that City have got the opportunity here to keep the pressure on, and that's all you can do really, because they are a game ahead of you. So you've got to, like you said, you're already 3 behind. So
that's it.
Big weekend, man. And I'm looking at these two games in conjunction. So let's see how it goes. It's one of them. If Arsenal slip up, my brain's saying City won't, but that's the way I've gone this weekend. See if I'm right.
It's Alex. It's big. It's a massive weekend. Obviously, look, you've got your derby. We've got to just keep on winning. We need to get this title over the line. Erling Haaland. We were talking about you on the other video that we'll be posting about the PFA race, Alex. This is where you need your big dogs to step up. You were that big dog against Arsenal. You're gonna have to keep going, my mate, because if the other players are missing chances like they were against Burnley, we're resting it on you. We need you to carry this over the line. You need to start stat padding and killing these teams. So let's see, bro.
100%. Thank you for listening to the video. If you got to this point, really appreciate it. Hit a like, let us know in the comments what you're saying this weekend. What are City and Arsenal doing in this title race, and are Tottenham absolutely doomed? I think you can see from our predictions, we think that. And United Liverpool, man, can't wait. We're going to be jumping on next week to have a little bit of a chat about what we see this weekend. So have a great bank holiday, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.